Did your parents have a favorite child? My twin brother Brandon got our family restaurant when Dad retired, even though I'd worked there every day for 8 years while he was off finding himself in Europe. Growing up, the difference was obvious. Brandon was the golden boy, quarterback, prom king, the one who could make Dad laugh until he cried. I was the serious one, the one who actually showed up. When Brandon graduated high school, Dad handed him a backpack full of cash. Go see the world, son. Find your passion. When I graduated with a 4.0 GPA, Dad handed me an apron. Nathan needs to learn the business from the ground up. So while Brandon was posting Instagram photos from Italian beaches, I was learning every aspect of our family restaurant. I memorized recipes that had been in our family for 3 generations. I built relationships with suppliers, negotiated better deals, and created systems that actually worked. Brandon was the charming one who customers remembered, but I was the one who made sure their food was perfect, their service was fast, and their experience was worth coming back for. When Dad started talking about retirement, I assumed the restaurant would be mine. I'd earned it. I'd bled for it. I'd given up college scholarships to keep it running. The announcement came at Sunday dinner, with the whole extended family present. Dad stood up, clinked his wine glass, and smiled at Brandon. I'm proud to announce that Brandon will be taking over the restaurant. He's got the personality this business needs to really grow. Brandon looked genuinely shocked. But Dad, Nathan does everything. I barely know how the kitchen works. Dad waved him off. You'll learn the operations. The restaurant needs a face, not a worker bee. Nathan can stay on as kitchen manager. Kitchen manager. After 8 years of running the place while Dad played golf, I kept my mouth shut and did what I always did. I worked. I spent 3 months training Brandon on everything from inventory management to health department regulations. I watched him nod along, taking notes he'd never read again. Brandon threw a massive reopening party. He invited food bloggers, local celebrities, and every attractive person he could find on social media. The place was packed for weeks. Dad couldn't stop bragging about his visionary son. Then reality hit. The first negative review appeared after a month. Food quality has definitely dropped. My salmon was overcooked and the service was incredibly slow. Then another. This used to be my favorite restaurant, but something's changed. Not the same place anymore. Brandon had fired half the kitchen staff to streamline operations and replaced our premium suppliers with cheaper alternatives to maximize profits. The recipes I'd perfected over years were being butchered by inexperienced cooks using inferior ingredients. I watched from my demoted position as everything I'd built crumbled. Brandon was too busy playing host to notice the chaos in his kitchen. Orders were wrong, wait times doubled, and our 5-star rating plummeted. Within 6 months, we lost our A rating from the health department. The local food critic who'd loved us for years wrote a scathing review titled "The Fall of a Family Institution." Regular customers stopped coming. The dining room that used to be full every night sat half empty. 3 months later, Brandon was standing in my apartment doorway at midnight, looking desperate. Nathan, I need you to come back. Not as kitchen manager, as full partner. 50-50 split. I'll sign the papers tomorrow. I looked at my twin brother. Same face, same DNA, but we'd never been more different. He was standing there surrounded by the ruins of everything I'd built, finally understanding what I'd known all along. I appreciate the offer, Brandon, but I already opened my own place across town. His face went white. What? Romano's Authentic Italian. We're booked solid for the next 3 months. Food and Wine wants to do a feature next month. Turns out good food and hard work still matter to some people. Dad called that night, his voice shaking with anger. How could you compete against your own family? We need your help to save the restaurant. I looked out my window at the line of customers waiting outside my place, then back at the foreclosure notice Brandon had dropped on my coffee table. Which family, Dad? The one that chose charm over competence? The one that gave away my life's work to someone who destroyed it in less than a year? The silence stretched between us. Sometimes, I said, the favorite child gets exactly what they deserve, and sometimes the worker bee builds their own hive. I hung up and never looked back.